Alright, I'm a little bit tired right now, but I'm going to keep going and finish up with the river analogy because it's pretty important. Before I do that, I'll just show you. I got this book by Patty Caldwell. Well, she's the illustrator. So there's a picture she did on the cover, and there's quite a few illustrations inside. Did a really great job. It's available on Amazon, I think. She autographed it for me. Very nice lady. Very nice lady. I got the books by Jim Dawson too. Blame It on a Duck. Blame It on the Dog. Did somebody step on a duck and who got the cheese? So thought I'd share them with you. I have it on my agenda to get a label and, put my books, all of my 50 books or whatever in categories on my shelves and label them the section and have this be the farting section. Nearly 2 inches wide. Pretty impressive for a farting section. How many people have even one book about farting? Well, you should. So, solving the problem foundationally is very important. In other words, like near the source of the river. Same thing. So, two analogies, different kinds of things. So, they go like a structure. And building up a structure, you have to have a strong foundation. So, at the foundation of life, we as beings are, first and foremost, we're conscious. Consciousness is the number one thing about us. There's no such thing as the absence of consciousness. Absence of consciousness does not exist. There's no place in the universe where there's no consciousness. That just doesn't make sense. Consciousness is the most fundamental thing. Right above that layer is relationships. So consciousness says I am, and relationships, being relation, would say I exist, or I am within this. There is self in all this. So I have a relationship with all this, and that's self-evident fact. I'm going to do the best I can here. I'm a little bit wiped right now. Beer hasn't been the best thing for me, but thought I'd have one today and just see how it went. Being without gluten, I thought maybe it'd be a little bit better, but normally it's been giving me headaches lately. Used to be my go-to, used to be my crutch, used to be my happy hour kind of thing that I did, but I just can't drink as much beer anymore, unfortunately. So I have less and less vices that take away the pain of this world, making me have to focus more and more on getting work done and doing the job that I came here to do. But an important topic, and when I expect to cover a topic like this in just one video, it's not really the way that I communicate so well. It's better for me just to say whatever the hell I am going to say, and hopefully it all gets barfed out in the necessary way over time, because it will. Anything that's important will be covered. And I've already done 40 videos in another area, which covered most of what I'm talking about, or what's most necessary to salvation. Alright, so with my limited brain capacity right now, let me just see if I can shed any light on solving the problem foundation. So, we could take an issue like breast cancer, for example, and we could look at all the people that are involved in like the whole pink thing, and the NFL players wearing the pink gloves and the pink shoes, and all these marches they do for breast cancer, and where does the money go? They donate to money. Well, don't they have like shitloads of money? Do they really need money? They're asking for donations. Why are we marching for this? I mean, if you've educated yourself by now, you got one of these, you can look up truth about cancer or something on YouTube, and you can see what the truth about cancer is. So what do we need to solve the problem? First thing we need to solve the problem with is knowledge. Correct perspective. Seeing things the right way. That's first and foremost. Now, most people would not believe that there is a conspiracy. Can we say conspiracy? I mean, that word alone has such a huge connotation to it. that you're crazy, right? The Bush administration did a really great job of making the word conspiracy theory. It vitiated the proponent into being just a nutcase. There's a damn advertisement again. I really should just pay the $3 for the monthly subscription. So you need knowledge first. You need to see things properly in order to solve the problem. Now, the human condition is a problem. It's not a mystery to be lived. You know the quote, life is not a problem to be solved, it's a mystery to be lived. Bullshit. It is a problem. This human condition that we're in is a problem, and it needs to be solved. And you can see that. You can see that because you have one of these things. You have common sense. And all I talk about is 101 kind of material. The ABCs. I don't talk about anything that you can't get. I don't talk about anything complicated. I can't even watch a complicated movie. I don't know what the hell's going on most of the time. All this thing can understand is what's simple. Salvation is simple. So you are capable of understanding it. So you look at like the breast cancer marching, and we look at people building schools for children, giving to charity, so many different charities. It's incredible how many charities there are that you can donate money to, that you can donate your time to. All of these things, well, what is it producing? Well, we just can lump it all into one thing, and we just say it's producing the world that we see. So all of these good intentions, the millions, billions of people with good intentions, are just producing the world we see. And that should be very, very discouraging for all the hard work that we do. And you know, this used to torture me. You know, I used to think, well, what am I going to do with this body? You know, how many flowers can I plant? How much garbage can I pick up? Well, I can make an impact, but this thing was always on overdrive, just thinking. I didn't realize it. It was just saying, how am I going to solve the problem of the human condition? Because this thing had this spark that had to solve it. It was like, I can't tolerate this shit. I have to solve this problem. I didn't know it was doing that a lot. Very anxiety-provoking for me to have that. So I hope there's some appreciation down the line from what I've been through. And whatever experiences others on this path have had too, because it's been hell on Earth. But Earth is hell. So what else could it be? It's just that I have the spark of awakening. I have the memory. And a lot of people that do have this spark, they can hear me, and it should resonate really well. So I'm communicating to you as a soul. And we have this soul connection. And if you have that spark in you that's awakened, soul connection is very important. It's like your lifeblood. It's what you live for. That's why getting together is so important. Back to solving the problem at the source. So all these like little things you can do. So remember, source up here. Let's stick with the river. So the source up here, everything you do down here is not going to solve the problem up here. Okay, we're still dumping all sorts of arsenic into the water, right? So you're trying frantically all over the place to solve the problem over here. But you got to go up to the source, and you got to clean out the water up there. You got to find the monkeys that are dumping the arsenic in the water. You got to kick them out. The fundamental problem of the human condition is what? It's division between me and you. So that we don't have the relatedness necessary to build the kind of synergy that we need. And we have all sorts of things that impact our self-esteem negatively, which prevent us from wanting to connect more. So we keep people at a distance. So the goal of any evil force would be basically to keep you and me separate, to keep people separate as possible, to drive a stake between them, to create as much division as possible. The solution is to bring people together, but the quality of the relationship of coming together is of utmost importance. Can't be overstated that it's not just about getting a lot of people together. I saw like 1 million people marched in Washington, D.C. the other day, the Women's March. Really what you have in most cases like that, you don't have 1 million people all in one connected up here. On some level you do, but basically what you have is you have a lot of groups of 2, 3, 4 people, and they're kind of in their pod, and they've kind of sort of connected, but getting really high quality connections is what this is all about. So stay with me, I'll clarify everything. Everything is going to be clear. I'm not going to leave anything uncovered that needs to be covered.